Alright, so for number 5, I am going to have it in different fractions so that um, s to the fourth minus 1 and then 2, this will be, I'm gonna factor the denominator first so that it's 2 over s squared plus 1 s squared minus 1, and you can factor that again, so it'll be s squared plus 1, s plus 1, and s minus 1. So now having it in three different fractions would make sense. So I would have a over s squared plus 1 plus b over s plus 1 plus c over s minus 1. Alright, so now I am going to actually scroll up so that this is the same thing as this equation right there. So I'll multiply both sides by this denominator. So it'll be 2 equals a times s plus 1 times s minus 1 plus b times s squared plus 1 times s minus 1 plus c times s squared plus 1 times s plus 1. Now I'm going to pretend that s equals the magic numbers, so that s equals -1, s equals +1, and for this part to equal 0, I would have to set s equal to I, because as we know, I is equal to square root of -1. So if we squared the I, that would be -1, and that would get us the -1 plus 1, which will get us to 0 that we want this to be to get the magic number. So going back, I would plug in those numbers, and then I'll get 2 equals, when I plug it into this part, that will be 0. When I plug -1 into this part, now that won't be 0, so b times -1 squared is 1 plus 1 times -1 minus 1. So then that will be b times 2 times -2 equaling 2, so b will be 2 over -4, the same thing as -1 over 2. Now plug in s equals 1 to all of these. I'll get 0 for the a again, but then I'll also get 0 for b, but I won't get 0 for c, so then I'll be like 2 equals c 1 squared plus 1, and then 1 plus 1. So that would be 2 equals c times 2 times 2 equaling c times c equals 2 over 4, which is the same thing as 1 over 2. Now for my a, I'll plug in s equals I, and that will give me 2 equals a times I plus 1, I minus 1. And all the other ones for the b's and c's, it will be equal to 0, because as I explained earlier. So then this would be a times I squared minus 1 squared, you can write that, and that would be a times -1, because I squared would simply equal -1. So that would be a times -2, and that would be a equaling 2 over -2, meaning -1. So now I'll plug it back in so you can see from above. Ta-da! Okay, so now I'll plug these values in to my original, this part. So that would be -1 as my a over s squared plus 1 plus -1 over half over s plus 1 plus 1 over half over s minus 1. Now if you could just simplify that a little bit, that would be negative 1 over sine squared plus 1 minus 2 at the denominator times s plus 1 plus 2 at the denominator and s minus 1. And there is my answer.